Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemistry CC for you. So today I'm going to discuss with you about one of the research fellowship that you can get, which is Prime Minister's Research Fellowship or PMRF. So in PMRF, you are going to get rupees 70,000 per month to do research in premier institutes like IIT. So you might have heard about this or you might not have heard about this. So I just want to introduce this one to you for the people who really wants to do research and is looking for better opportunities in research as well. So you know that there are multiple fellowships available for doing research in India, like CSIR JRF. You have Inspired Fellowship, you have UGC JRF, and institutional funding is also available for many labs if you are GATE qualified. So the important thing about all these fellowships are, for these fellowships, you are going to get 31,000 per month for the first 2 years. And once you complete 2 years, you are then a senior research fellow, and then you'll get 35,000 per month. So this fellowship known as PMRF gives you double the amount of an SRF in the beginning of your PhD itself. Now, let's take a look at what are the deliverables, how to apply for this, and some key points. It's not possible to discuss everything in the first video, but I'll make multiple videos for this. You can take a look at the important points through this video, which I'm going to share now. So if you go to the PMRF website, which is pmrf.in, you can get all the information regarding this particular fellowship. So PMRF fellowship is coming under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. And this has been designed for improving the quality of our research in this country and mainly allotted to all the institutes like IITs and other centrally funded institutes. So let's take a look at what are the different institutes which gets the PMRF fellowship. So we have BHU, we have IASC and all the ISERs, we have all the IITs. Apart from that, we also have institutes like JMI, JNU, NIT and University of Delhi, University of Hyderabad and AMU. So all these centrally funded institutes can give the PMRF to the students. Now, what is the important points of this fellowship? So in this fellowship, for the first 2 years, you are going to get 70,000 rupees. Third year, you'll get 75,000 rupees. And the last 2 years, considering you are going to complete your PhD in 5 years, the last year you'll be getting 80,000 rupees as the fellowship. And also apart from this, every PMRF fellow will be eligible for a research grant of 2 lakhs per rupees as a contingency. So what is contingency? If you don't know, let me explain. So contingency is an additional grant provided to you for purposes like applying for a workshop, visiting some country for a conference, or even buy a laptop, get some articles or items for your laboratory and all these things. So this is not for personal use, mainly it is for everything that you are going to use as a part of your research. So that is contingency, and for 5 years you are getting a huge amount like 10 lakh rupees for this fellowship. Now let's take a look at the guidelines and how to apply. So any candidate can apply for the PMRF in two different channels. One is a direct entry and the other is a lateral entry channel. So in direct entry channel, they have given three different criteria. So first criteria is like you should either be an MTech in 5-year integrated MTech or a two-year MSc or 5-year undergraduate postgraduate degree like BSMS program you should complete in any of the premier institutes like IASC, IITs, etc. with a CPI of 8 or higher. Okay, and or else you should be pursuing MTech or these from any of the recognized institute from India. Like it can be any institute, but in that case, if you're not from a premier institute, in that case, you should have a minimum of a CGPA of 8 or like equivalent. So if you are in a 4-point grading system, you should have the CGPA accordingly, and you should have a minimum GATE score of 650 and in the respective subject. So if you are going to apply for chemistry, you need to have minimum score of 650, and also apart from that you should have CSIR or else if you don't have that kind of a GATE score, should have a UGC or CSIR JRF ranking of 100 or less. etc. And even apart from that, you can also be MS by research or MTech and qualified GATE, and you have a minimum CGPA of 8 with a minimum of 4 courses at the time of application. That is, you have already in the grant, you are already doing research in one of the PMRF granting institute by MS or MTech by research. So that is another course. It's not like 5-year MSc or MTech. This is MS by research or MTech by research. So even in that course, you can do it, and you should be already selected in one of the premier institute. It's not like you can apply and then get admitted in one of the institute. You should first be getting admission in one of the institute, and then you can apply for this fellowship. Now, apart from that, you need some recommendation letter from your guide. You need to submit one research proposal. So about this, I might be covering in a second video. Now, what about the lateral entry channel? So in the lateral entry channel, you have completed PhD, but you are already in one of the premier institute, and also you should have completed at least 6 or at most 12 months. So you can apply once in the first 6 months and second time in the 12 months of your PhD program. So in that, you should have a CGPA of 8.5 or higher in the coursework. So once you join for PhD, the first few months you have coursework where you cover some topics, some subjects which are necessary for you in your research work. So once you get a stipulated amount of grade from the coursework, only then you will be starting your full-fledged research. So in that coursework, you should be having a CGPA of 8.5 or higher. And the PMRF, once whatever the channel you are applying through, there are 2 stages of application and recognition of your application. First, you're applying through your institute. So your institute will scrutiny your application with all the documents which I'll cover in the next video. After that, you are going to apply to one of the granting institute, which is a central granting institute, which is IIT Madras right now, and they will then allot this to some of the committees who will evaluate your application and either give you the fellowship or reject your fellowship. So this can be happening, and there are many broad areas like civil engineering, earth science, etc. And for us, if I am considering we are chemistry, so in our area is 9. So in that, any areas like theoretical to physical chemistry or analytical chemistry, anything, if you're working in any of these areas, you can apply. But any sub areas you can apply. So for example, in my case, I am working in computational chemistry, so I'm a PMRF fellow, and I have applied in the lateral entry channel because I'm coming from one of the state universities. I have applied after the first few months of my PMRF, I mean the PhD. So I had got a CGPA of around 9.5. So my application was easier at that time. And there are many other criteria once you get the fellowship, but these are the basic things that you will be able to follow once you're applying for PMRF. And what is the main thing about this is that every person coming from a state institute or a very big institute, you have a fair chance of getting this fellowship. So you can prepare for at least one of the exams like GATE or UGC NET or CSAR NET, or maybe prepare for all of them, which increase your chances. So you prepare for one year getting into one of the institutes, and surely you will be able to try getting this fellowship. So this is giving you a fair chance of getting the fellowship in some time. So I hope all of you will take a look at this, and if you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll explain more about many research grants, summer fellowships, and even MSc scholarships for the PG students in the coming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for supporting this channel even when I have not been posting in a while. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and ask any video requests that you have in the comment section below. Thank you everyone. See you soon.